and welcome to Guinea Pig in the Shed in the UK. And today I am joined, as promised, by Gus Gus. Now Gus Gus was one of Penny's, she literally just had one. And Gus Gus is not one yet. He's about the same age as Oliver, who you met yesterday, but as you can see, he's a lot smaller than Oliver. And he's got the same fluffy hair as his mum, but again, the same colours as his dad. So he's got quite a black face with little spots of brown. He's got white round his neck and the top of his head. At the back, he's got a lovely little white patch on his bum and on his one leg. And he is mainly black and brown. So him and Cookie have got quite a bit more black in them than the rest. But he's also got these big, massive Dumbo ears, haven't you? You're so cute. Now, Gus Gus is a lovely guinea pig. He's so cuddly. He likes a good cuddle, don't you? And as you can see, very different hair to Oliver. He's really fluffy, whereas Oliver's very flat. And him and Oliver get on really, really well. They're quite close. And him and his dad, Olaf, are really close. He's the youngest. So he was, Penny had her litter with her litter of 6. And then about a month or 2 later, Honey had randomly him. I didn't actually know Honey was pregnant, and they come in and she'd give birth, and it was just you. But he was like, Pennies were like tiny. He was massive. He was like that big. He was huge, a baby, but he's obviously took a little time to grow. He's not that big now. He is probably a low-ranking guinea pig, a bit like Oliver. Very quiet. Like when I go into the guinea pig shed, you never really hear him and Oliver. They don't make themselves known. They're very quiet. Again, he wasn't too bothered about the bath. I think he was more shocked to the system that he actually was in water. He wasn't that fussy. He didn't enjoy it like Oliver, and but he didn't hate it like Cookie, if you know what I mean. He was like middle ground. He wasn't too bothered really. He's very laid back. He's lovely. Now my girls actually let me name him myself. Usually they name all the guinea pigs, but I named him Gus Gus because I love Cinderella. Like as a kid, that was always my favourite film, and the little mouse in Gus Gus is just called Gus Gus. It's just so cute. So I named him after the little mouse because he's got really mousy ears. But again, he's lovely. Like he's the one that I get out for all the other children to hold and stuff, like my friends' kids and that. Because he's just so calm and relaxed. He's lovely. He's a big veggie fan, but he mainly always goes for oranges. He literally loves orange. He loves orange. Like I don't leave the orange peel on. I just give them the orange, not the bits in between. But he absolutely loves orange. He will take an orange and run and eat. But randomly, like Oliver, he sits back and eats from the back, like I said yesterday. But he will sit right by his dad and eat. Mainly, he'll sit by somebody to eat. He will never sit on his own, but he will steal an orange and run into the little house to eat his orange in peace and quiet. But Gus Gus, honestly, brilliant. Like, never had any issues with him. He was quite easy to separate from his mum. He didn't really get that upset, but he was really big. Like, you wouldn't believe it now because he looks like kind of small, but Honey just does have quite big babies. And because he was just a single baby, obviously he got all the good nutrients and everything. So he was a really big baby. So when I did put him in with his brothers and his dad, so he went in with Olaf, Cookie and Oliver that were already in there, he just was not bothered. Like he didn't cry for his mum. Like Oliver was bad and Cookie really cried for his mum, but he was not bothered. I don't know whether like Honey was more relaxed for her like when she had him because she'd only got one after she'd had 2. I bet she was like, this is a breeze. So yeah, but he's a lovely, lovely guinea pig. He just looks sad, but he's not sad, are you? Are you sad? He's like, oh, bloody well I'm sad. No, I'm joking, he's not sad. You're very quiet, aren't you? Yes. You don't like all the noise, do you? He's quite happy. He doesn't sit on top of the houses like Oliver and Cookie. But he does like to be in the house. His favourite, so the boys have got a black and a green one. His favourite is a black one randomly. I don't know why. He always goes in the black house. He doesn't go in the greenhouse very often. But Cookie usually goes in the greenhouse, but he's more of a fan of the black house. Don't know why. Maybe it's a bit darker. It feels like cosier. I don't know. But he's a big orange fan. Like, he will eat orange till the day is long. He's a big fan of oranges, aren't you? And he's one of the main culprits of pulling the water bottles off. I've seen him do it. Because I think, like, because he's quite low ranking, he doesn't always get the water bottle. Like, he has to fight for the water, like in a little queue. So I think he gets a bit frustrated and then ends up yanking the thing off. So, this is Gus Gus. Any questions about Gus Gus, please feel free to ask me. He's a lovely guinea pig. Honestly, I absolutely love him. And because he was on his own, I was like, I'm keeping him. Like, and that's put my tally up to the boys to 4. And that's the most I can have in that area. Like, because boys, you need a lot more extra space because they can fight quite a lot. So yeah, that's my 4 boys. Not having any more boys. And then, so tomorrow is Honey's, his sister's, last litter that she had. Oh, I think she had them November last year. So they were only about a month and a bit old. A couple of months old. But I did segregate them off from Honey because I felt like she'd had enough, being an older guinea pig as well. And I wasn't sure of the sex of them, which I've had confirmed that they are 3 girls. So they've only just gone into the new enclosure about 2 weeks ago. They've gone in with the other females because I did keep them away because Honey was quite weird. Like, her nipples were really sore as well. So now the 3 females, they've only been in there for about 2 weeks now with the rest of the girl herd. So we've got Aurora, Rapunzel, Aurora, Rapunzel and Ariel. My daughter's named them. So I'll be bringing them up, like, in no particular order really, because I don't know who come first or whatever like that. I have no idea. I just woke up, but she sadly lost one. It was like it was all white actually. It was fully formed, but it just didn't make it. And that's the biggest litter Honey's ever had, the 3 girls. So we'll be meeting them. So tomorrow, I think we'll do Ariel tomorrow. So stay tuned for Ariel tomorrow. And from me and Gus Gus, good evening. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.